opponent's small. My opponent's small.
Google said 5'8".
My opponent's small.
We all know who Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul are. If not, let me tell you. Floyd Mayweather is an American professional boxing promoter and former professional boxer. And Logan Paul is a professional boxer, also a YouTuber. Logan Paul outlasted Floyd Mayweather Jr. out of the greatest boxers of all time for 8 rounds. Former NFL defensive lineman Chad Johnson was knocked out in a boxing ring rather than on a football field by a tremendous strike. They fought in an 8-round exhibition that ended without a winner. Have you watched it? What is going to happen? I am very sure Logan Paul gets exhausted after 3 or 4 rounds and Mayweather is free to do anything he wants. But who knows? We're going to find out in today's video, where we discuss Floyd Mayweather dominates Logan Paul, but no knockouts. I had fun. But before we go on with our video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for new and spicy videos. Now let's get going.
Right in front.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
After defeating MMA superstar Conor McGregor to progress to 50-0, Mayweather retired from boxing in 2017. Money promised at the time that he would only fight in exhibition fights in the future. Many thought his battle with Paul was a farce, but the stadium was packed with spectators, and Showtime's servers couldn't manage the pay-per-view demand, crashing throughout the night, much to the chagrin of potential spectators. Mayweather and Paul stated in the lead-up to the fight that they intended to amuse the audience. Mayweather, 44, faced a physically bigger opponent in Paul, 26, who weighed 341 pounds more and stood 6 inches higher. However, Paul, who rose to stardom thanks to social media, had lost his sole professional battle. Mayweather had won each of his 50 fights. Because of the experience disparity, many people predicted that Mayweather would defeat Paul. Throughout the 8 rounds of boxing, though Paul kept latching his frame onto Mayweather, despite this, Mayweather was able to score shots and pursue Paul without using much energy. Logan Paul is the first to enter the ring. He enters the arena with a gold robe, arms outstretched, and appears to be having a good time. He also has a gold-plated Pokemon chain around his neck. I'm sure you would.
And sweeping left hook.
If you were offered a lot of money to fight someone you shouldn't be fighting. Before Mayweather takes the ring, Migos will perform. Mayweather has yet to appear and Logan Paul was forced to witness an improvised concert. He is delaying him. Mayweather eventually makes his way to the ring. Escorted by PACQUIAO, Logan Paul had been waiting in the ring for almost 10 minutes. Round 1. There's a huge size disparity here. It's quite bizarre to witness 2 individuals arguing like way. For most of the opening round, Paul was cautious to throw, with Mayweather willing to stand on the outside and judge his opponent's range. Mayweather gave sporadic responses to Paul's jabs until the YouTuber piled it on late in the fight as Mayweather shelled out. Despite the fact that no one was able to get in, the audience went crazy. Floyd is definitely waiting for Paul to run out of gas, but he appears to be having difficulty sneaking up on someone so large.
Was able to weather the storm like a parka here as we begin. As if he did 4 TikTok dances.
Round 2. Logan deserves credit. Paul appears to be much more polished than he was versus KSI. Floyd, on the other hand, looks to be cruising, not throwing much but allowing Paul to knock himself out a little. Once the punches lose their venom, I expect him to move forward more. Round 3. Floyd is standing to warm up here, landing a pretty sharp left hook on Paul, but Paul is leaning on Floyd and pushing with all his weight on him. Paul, on the other hand, appears exhausted from here and out. I expect things to become worse for him. Round 4. Mayweather is now leading Paul along the street, and Paul appears to be fatigued. Mayweather landed a few powerful strikes, but Paul also landed a tremendous hit. Mayweather, I believe, will try to finish the fight in the following 2 or 3 rounds. Round 5. Floyd is employing the high defense and simply walking Paul down the court, delivering massive shots. Paul doesn't seem to be harmed, just exhausted. The camera zooms to Paul's younger brother, Jake, who declares victory in the battle. Clearly, he isn't. He is, however, doing rather well.
We got 5 on it! That's right, baby!
Wrong. Got your hat.
Round 6. Paul's case is unexpectedly well made. It was an odd round here, when Logan just unleashed weak punches after punch after punch, as Mayweather searched for the death shot. It's a little aggravating to see this. Round 7. At this point, the remark is a touch discourteous. It's a little grating. This bout isn't any better, with Paul performing sloppy and Mayweather looking past his peak. I'm not going to lie, this is a difficult battle. There were no truly outstanding shots. Round 8. As Mayweather and Paul clench their way through yet another grueling round of boxing, the audience begins to boo them. That was a lot worse than I had anticipated. In the late rounds, Mayweather attempted to hit a fight-ending punch, but Paul did an excellent job of wrapping up the former 5-division world champion every time he got near. Mayweather kept marching forward, stinging his opponent with a lead right punch now and again. Paul had no choice but to do everything he could keep Mayweather from blitzing him. Only 73 punches were thrown between the two competitors, with Mayweather hitting the bulk of them and Paul unable to find his target. When Paul recognized he wouldn't be able to catch that target, he tied up Mayweather as part of a strategy to stay on his feet for the entire 8 rounds. For the 26-year-old Paul, it was a moral triumph. He'll go home wealthier and be able to brag about going the distance with an unbeaten living legend. They are not scoring this one, in case you didn't know, so there's no winner yet. For a variety of reasons, this is a huge letdown. This one never felt like it was a danger of being halted thanks to Paul's stature and Floyd's loss of stride. Logan Paul, on the other hand, deserves credit for making it to the finish of the battle. Well, an interesting thing that you guys might not know about. I had a good time, but I'm not 21 anymore. Mayweather stated, "He's a fantastic young fighter, far better than I anticipated. He's a very raw opponent, and he has pleasantly surprised me tonight. I want to thank all of the supporters who came out. I want to thank the fans who paid pay-per-view." Mayweather said, "I'm going to go home and wonder whether he'll let me live. It was the most amazing sight I'd ever seen." Paul stated his opinion. "I don't want anyone to ever tell me anything is possible." Paul remarked, "Because I'm in this room with a GOAT, the odds can't be defeated. Everyone has the ability to overcome adversity and achieve greatness. It was a privilege to meet Floyd Mayweather." Paul appeared to be ecstatic just to be there, leaping about. He demanded a rematch. I'm not sure if that was intended as a joke. I'm hoping that was a prank. While the fight's athletic credentials were dubious, neither man's capacity to generate money was. Mayweather is projected to have earned $100 million from his 2017 bout with Conor McGregor of the UFC. At the age of 26, Paul, who made his fortune as a YouTube prankster with his brother Jake, is already a multi-millionaire, and both he and Mayweather will have made millions more from Sunday's fight, which managed to sell for $49.99 per session on pay-per-view and was held in front of tens of thousands in Miami's Hard Rock Stadium. Last week, Mayweather stated that he expects to earn between $50 million and $100 million from the bout. Paul was promised $250,000 and a 10% portion of the pay-per-view revenue. With the hip-hop duo Migos performing before the fight and a crowd packed with NBA, NFL, and Hollywood stars, the build-up looked the part, even if the battle did not. Trying to enter the ring in an alligator leather costume, Mayweather was his typical flashy self. For the champ, getting out of it was the most difficult part of the evening. To be honest, they both won, since their financial balances would grow while suffering minimal damage. Think about it. What do you guys think about this match? With whom you are with? Which fighter do you like the most? We are waiting for your viewpoint regarding this video. Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and we will see you guys in our next video.